Today's May 24th. Today's quote is entitled, "Your marriage evolves, so must you." Now, some devotees have written asking if I would speak a little bit on marriage. It's a very important topic, so I will address some daily quotes to this important issue. Are you happy or are you married? Sometimes people ask this as a joke, but the fact is that being happily married takes effort, adaptation, flexibility, and patience. Marriages are evolutionary entities, and couples need to adapt well to the changes they and their partners go through. You meet someone, you get along, you feel good with that person, you just seem like you're a perfect match. What about 20 years from now? You will be different, your partner will be different, the situations will be different. You may not be the same match you were, but you're going to have to be flexible enough, patient enough, stable enough, and willing to evolve enough to be able to make those adaptations. Both of you from either side. Now, just because we like hanging out together doesn't mean necessarily we're going to have a great marriage. Even if you're married and things are going well right now, doesn't necessarily mean that 10 years from now they're going to be going well, because things change. There could be difficulties in life, financially or health issues, or where you're living may change because of your job, and all of a sudden everything's different, and you don't have this supportive devotee community, and you're kind of isolated, and you're on your own, and you've never been that way, and you realize, oh, well, things are different. We don't get along so well in this situation. Devotees have spoken to me who told me that they were in certain situations where they thought they were getting along, but the reality was that the situation engaged them in a way that it kind of didn't allow them to realize that they don't get along, that they actually don't really even like one another. Isn't that interesting? And so when the situation changed, it became a crisis, because they were finally confronted with the fact that they never really adapted or never confronted this reality and adapted well to it and discussed it and worked on it. So if you want to be married, or if you are married and you want to make it work well, you have to be willing to be very adaptable to your spouse and adaptable to situations that'll be good for your spouse and children. One of the great things about marriage, aside from the joke, are you happy or you're married? I made that joke because it takes work to be happy in marriage. But one of the great things that you quickly learn in marriage is that although you enter marriage with certain ideas of what you want, very soon you realize there's tremendous amounts of sacrifice that are having to be made all the time. It's not about what you want. It's about what your spouse wants. It's about what your kids want. It's about what your relatives want. And a lot of us are not raised in a situation where we have to be so concerned about what other people want. And now we're married and we have to be very concerned about what other people want, and we're not always ready for it. Well, get ready for it, because that's what it is. And that's good. It's good for you to sacrifice what you want for someone else. Just like in the Gita, Krishna says, if you can't serve me, at least serve others. So Krishna is addressing people who may not be religious enough or pious enough to want to serve him, but he's saying, at least serve others. That way you gradually become purified. Just don't be selfish. So selfish people don't do well in Grihastha ashram. You have to enter in a very selfless mood. If you're not willing to sacrifice enough, it's not going to work. If you just think, no, my wife's just going to do whatever I ask, or my husband's just going to do whatever I ask. It's only in very, very rare cases would that work. And even if it does so-called work, it doesn't really work. It's not a happy marriage. Hare Krishna. If you like this video, you can subscribe below. Also, I'd really appreciate it if you share this video with others, if you comment on it, if you like it, do whatever you have to click to share it, because I think a lot of devotees would appreciate getting these videos I try to take our philosophy and put it in a practical way so we know how to apply it in daily activity. And this is one of the services I do. And I want to reach as many devotees as possible. If you can help me, I'd appreciate it so much. Thank you.